Welcome YouTube friends and family to today's Team Halloween edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So by way of explanation, I did mention in an earlier video that I'm going to be doing some fall and as well as Halloween specific, that's hard to say, baking and cooking for the rest of the month of October. So this is the first video in that series. And you may have noticed in the thumbnail, it was hashtag Team Halloween. So I hope you will enjoy this viral Pinterest little baking projects. So my favorite food in the universe is pizza. And I think I've shared that before on my channel. So we are going to be making some spooky skull pizzas. I hope you'll stay tuned. Is it starting to feel like fall where you all are? We are definitely in for a very fall-like weekend here in Ohio. It was, only in Ohio, it was 85 degrees on Wednesday. And tomorrow night, today's Friday when I'm actually filming this, so by the time you see it, this will have already happened. We're supposed to have a low of 38. So you kind of start out your day in a sweater and you end up in flip-flops and a sundress. It's kind of funny. But let's get to the task at hand. So these are called pizza skulls. And y'all, they're not super spooky, but they're very, very cute. So the first thing you're going to need is this Nordic ware skull pan. Now, I will leave a link to this in the description box below. I'm going to tell you before you look. It's pricey. It's $38, I believe is what it was. Extremely heavy gauge, very well made. This is not my only Nordic ware, I'll say specialty pan. I've always been very impressed with the quality of their products, and they're not cheap. That's just the way it is. So you can bake little cakes in it, like cupcakes, well, big cupcakes actually. There are so many things you can do with this. You could do probably, I don't know if you could do Jell-O, probably so if you dip it in hot water and then flip it. But at any rate, I plan to be using these fellers on an ongoing basis. So when you get the instructions for your Nordic ware pan, and I have washed this in hot soapy water, rinsed it well, allowed it to dry overnight, it says if you're baking like the skull cakes in it, that you need to grease with a solid shortening or butter and flour the cavities. That kind of makes sense if you're using something that's like a liquid batter. I have watched several videos via Pinterest, you know, going to Pinterest and then reading the article. Need to get off Pinterest. And they all just use cooking spray. So I am going to try just using the cooking spray. So let's give these guys a good spray. You definitely don't want them to stick because the definition in the face is going to be what makes this. So good. Breathe a little of that in. And that was just extra virgin olive oil. Set it aside. My oven is preheating to 375. Now for ingredients, you are going to need pre-made pizza crust. Can you make your own? I'm sure you can, but I wanted to do this the Pinterest way because I thought it might be a little easier. You're going to need a little bit of pizza sauce, only 6 tablespoons, so a tablespoon per skull face, a cup and a half of mozzarella cheese, and then whatever additives you want in there. Now I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I would, if you want like onions and green peppers, I would saute them prior. If you want like a sausage, it needs to be pre-cooked, or a bacon. I would definitely pre-cook it. One of the gals that I looked at said she used regular pepperoni, and she liked the ones without pepperoni much better because the pepperoni, as it heated, let off a lot of grease. So I am going to be using turkey pepperoni. Number one, it's healthier if pepperoni can be healthy. And number two, I know that it won't be as, I hate to call it grease, but grease heavy. Okay, so let's open first our pizza dough. And if you've never used pre-made pizza dough, and I'm going to tip down the camera here. Generally, it comes in like a big old jelly roll like this. So let me adjust you down here, y'all. Why is it whenever I get ready to make a video, I have a hot flash? I apologize, guys. Y'all just have to pretend that's not happening. I am really looking forward to this cooler weather. Okay, so what it's this to do is unroll it and press it in a 15 by 10 inch rectangle. And let me see if I can do this without, yeah, there we go. So this is called a, wait for it, Super Kitchen silicone mat. And 15 by what? 10. I absolutely have enjoyed this. This was a gift from my son last Christmas. And he was like, Mom, you can use this on your channel. And I was like, well, okay. Y'all have used and used and used it. It is wonderful. And that's just Cindy over there letting us know that she's ready. Not only does it have circular measurements, so I can say, okay, this is 15 inches. It also has the inch marks this way. So it does really help if you're doing something like this where you need to be, I'll say, fairly accurate. So that is 15, and then 10, what did I say? 15 by 10 inch. That doesn't, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are those centimeters? Okay, wait, here we go. 5 to 15. Okay, so we need it just a little bigger. So I'm just going to, this end is thicker. I'm gonna just roll it. What we're gonna be doing is cutting this dough. And you do want to be careful on the mat, not to use like a super sharp knife or anything, because you can cut the mat. But we're going to be cutting it into 6 equal strips. So, I think I will just use a pizza cutter that isn't very sharp, like a pizza wheel. So, let's see. Okay, we're just gonna eyeball this. I'm getting too picky. So there's 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get. Okay, guys, it is super early, so just excuse me. I don't know why I'm making this so complicated. Cipherin's hard in the morning, and I am not math challenged, but nothing against someone who is. So what it says is drape each strip into the skull cavity. Now, let me scooch this over just a little bit. I'm gonna stretch it just a little bit. Yeah, because that does not seem like it's gonna be wide enough. Okay, that looks better. Because you do want to push it down in so you get the facial definition without poking a hole in it, right? Okay. So I'm just squooshing it in. And guys, I've never made these before, so it may be like an epic fail. Then, if you remember when we made our homemade pizza sauce back in August, it's a tablespoon. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of pizza sauce. It says sprinkle first with a little bit of cheese. I didn't do that, did I? So we'll put some cheese in. And I'm going to guess that's about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to be on the struggle bus. Does anybody else have trouble? I would love to hear from you if you have any tips or tricks on how to do these dang, the kind of like the press seal containers. Like I usually just end up cutting into it because it drives me crazy and I cannot get it apart. Or can I seal it back? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. And I'm just gonna put like 2. of those pepperonis in. Then it says cover it with a little bit more cheese. So we're gonna do that. And then now I'm gonna fold over the dough. And again, I wanna kind of press it together because the whole idea is you wanna seal up that sauce. And I'm sure that we may have some sauce overboard, but that's what it looks like. So you can put all kinds of things in there. I'm going to put some of my cowboy candy, y'all. I'm gonna run out of cowboy candy because I've been eating about a jar a week. I just love it. It is so good on, like, I don't know, everything. It's that perfect combination of hot and sweet for me, and I think it will be really good in pizza. So let me get these cavities filled up. I will bring you back to show you what the whole tray looks like, let you know if I came up with any other tips and tricks about easy ways to load up the cavity. And then we're gonna put them in a 375 oven for, it says 18 to 20 minutes. So stay tuned. All right, y'all, I've tried it like 16 different ways, and I think, and I won't know until they come out, the best way is stretch your dough a little bit. Go ahead and put it down in the pocket well. And I did try folding it in half. That did not work well. But try to get into the detail of the skeleton. Then go ahead and add your cheese, your sauce, and whatever toppings you're choosing. Then a little bit more cheese. And then the key is when you bring the ends up, stretch them out one at a time and go ahead and tuck them in so you're actually sealing the edges of the dough. Now the proof of this is gonna be when you actually take them out. Did my idea work? But it seems like they are sealing up much better doing it that way. So I hope that's helpful. All right, into the oven for 18 to 20 minutes until golden brown, and I will bring you back, and I am going to put them on a cooling rack. We will unmold them and give them a taste test. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. Our skilly heads are out of the oven. This is what they look like. Now, I do have a convection oven. My oven cooks very quickly, so let me just say that. Thankfully, I set the timer for 10 minutes because I think I would have had fried skellies if I hadn't have. Whew, that's pretty hot. So, in an effort not to kill them, I'm going to fold the legs of this, and whoops, we are going to try inverting and hope and pray they come out smoothly. So, fingers crossed, y'all. Hot, hot, hot. Does not cool off anyhow. So let's see if I can. Oh my word. Y'all, hang on. These are super creepy cool. Wait for it. Let me turn them around. And let's adjust you down. Look at how adorable these are. So this is the one with the big crack up its face, but hey, maybe it's a skull fracture. You know, only a nurse would think like that. That's the one I tried folding in half, so I don't recommend that. It looks like tucking was the best way. Some I might have overfilled, but I think that just adds to the ambiance of this scary skeleton. Now I need to let these cool for just a few minutes so I don't light up my mouth. And while I let them cool, I just wanted to share just a brief message with you all in relation to one of my recent videos that you all absolutely floored me with your response. So last week when you're watching this, I put up a video about reinventing yourself for 2024. And I'm going to tell you all, I was extremely nervous about posting that video. That morning, I felt like a burden or a leading to actually talk about something that was very inspiring to me. And whatever your belief system, I do believe the Lord laid it on my heart. Your response was just overwhelming. I'm not going to cry. I might cry. You know, one of the things I really was aware of is sometimes when you're going through the valley, a dark time, you have a tendency to think, well, I'm the only person that has it this bad. I'm the one that's had the worst 2023. And y'all, so many of you have so many heavy burdens. And when I tell you that I'll be praying for you, I will be praying for you. So I want to thank you for being vulnerable, for sharing a part of yourself. It really did mean so much to me, and it made me feel like, okay, sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith and go ahead and say what's on your mind. So, and a lot of you said you liked my chitty chatty videos where I share, and I always feel like that's a cop-out video because honestly, guys, they're easier for me. There isn't as many links to find. There's not as much editing to do. So anyway, more to come. Have some exciting things I want to share coming up. Pardon me. All right, let's give these skellies a taste. What do you say? So, please excuse my fine china. Dollar Tree. Which one should we taste? I mean, this is my breakfast, so oh, we'll just eat a pretty one. All right. Let me do a quick thumbnail. Y'all, I'm not great at this YouTube thing. I really try. But, and then we're going to take a taste test. All right, stay tuned. I want to hold one of these up so you can really see the detail. Like you can see the skeleton's teeth. Are those so cool? And one thing I wanted to share. Try not to burn my mouth here. It says you can freeze them for later. So at the price of the pan, let's say you were going to have a little Halloween or fall party and you wanted to make a quantity of them. It says that you can reheat them in the microwave until warm or wrap in aluminum foil and bake at 350 till warm, which I think would produce a better product because usually bread in the microwave gets like a gummy chewy. All right, guys. I almost hate to eat the really cool one. Let's eat this uglier one. Well, he's not ugly. He's actually kind of bleeding. So let me... So supposedly when you cut into them... Oh, I might need a knife. They ooze out the sauce. I did... Oh, well, they don't really ooze out the sauce, but that's what it looks like. Can you all see the steam? I don't know if you can see the steam. Smells good. Oh, it tastes like pizza, which we would expect it to. So I would do a little more sauce. I like saucy pizza. Pardon me for talking with my mouth full. And I wouldn't worry too much about the ooze out because I think it just adds to the ambiance of the skeleton. These are not at all greasy. One of the videos I watched where she used regular pepperoni in some and then just plain in others, they were quite, there was a lot of fat that you could see present when she cut into it. But this is absolutely delicious. What's really good, y'all, are the bites like this. I already took the best bite. Where it's like caramelized a little bit. See the steam? I don't know if y'all can see that. Mmm. Oh yeah. I would definitely add, you know, if you like jalapenos or onions or bell peppers or mushrooms or green olives, whatever you like on your pizza, I would add those in. I think there's definitely room for it. And just, again, tucking those dough sides in. So, going forward, pardon me, you're gonna see in some of my videos that it will be more Halloween themed, and then I'm going to have plenty of fall treats, y'all. I mean, I'll do a few Halloween things because I don't know what am I, like 12? And I really enjoy the novelty of it. I think it is so much fun. But I also recognize and realize many of you don't have young children at home, or you're not a Halloween lover or supporter, however you want to look at it. So I will have some delicious fall treats. I've got one coming up. So pumpkin is yet to be brought out this fall season. So I hope you all are staying safe and healthy and are feeling encouraged at this last quarter of the year. Get out, enjoy if you can some fall weather. Y'all, our leaves are just now starting to turn. My chickens have slowed down their laying. That's always a sure sign. But it has a different feel in the air today, which I am just looking forward to the change of season and the rest that it's going to bring. Time to work on some goals and also some time for planning for our spring gardens. If you haven't planted your garlic yet, don't forget, it's October. It's time to do it. I do have mine in the ground. I don't plant a tremendous amount of garlic, but I do like to have some, and I love to eat the garlic scapes. So I will see you all a little bit later this week. But until then, please go ahead, smash that like button, drop me a comment below. Which videos do you think are going to be your favorite? Team Halloween or Team Fall? We might do a community poll kind of at the end of October to see which was your actual favorite. All right, guys, until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.